The Midnight Massacre of 1789. A true tale in the quiet town of Dunbridge. As the final moments of 1789 slipped away, an eerie silence blanketed the streets. The usual celebrations, the laughter and joy that heralded the arrival of a new year, were conspicuously absent. As the clock struck midnight on December 31st, a chilling event unfolded, casting a shadow that would linger for centuries. The townsfolk, bound by a collective fear, would only whisper of it in hushed tones, as if speaking too loudly might invoke the horrors of that night once more. Children were warned not to venture out after dark, and every creak, every rustle of the wind became a grim reminder. Dunbridge, with its picturesque charm, seemed like a place untouched by time. Nestled between the impenetrable canopy of dense woods on one side and the shimmering expanse of a serene lake on the other, it was a haven for those seeking solace from the chaos of the world. The town's cobblestone streets, worn smooth by the passage of time, echoed with stories of generations past. As night fell, the soft glow from candlelit windows cast dancing shadows, painting tales of families gathered around hearths, sharing stories of old. The distant chime of the town's ancient clock tower, standing tall and proud, punctuated the stillness, its rhythmic heartbeat a comforting reminder of the town's enduring spirit. But beneath this veneer of tranquility, Dunbridge held secrets, or secrets that were whispered in hushed tones. Secrets that were as much a part of its fabric as the very stones that paved its streets. For as long as the elders of Dunbridge could remember, a haunting legend had been passed down from generation to generation. Every half-century, precisely on the eve of a new century, the town would find itself gripped by an inexplicable dread. It was said that a shadowy figure, ethereal, elusive, would emerge from the depths of the woods, wandering the streets of Dunbridge under the cloak of darkness. This spectral presence, christened by the townsfolk as the Midnight Wanderer, was no mere figment of imagination. Whispers among the elders spoke of a betrayed soldier, once a proud son of Dunbridge, who met a tragic and unjust end. Wronged in love and war, his restless spirit was bound to the town, returning every 50 years in a relentless quest for vengeance. His mournful cries and haunting silhouette became a chilling testament to the town's shadowed past. In the autumn of 1839, as the 50-year mark approached, Dunbridge saw the arrival of an outsider, a rarity in such a secluded town. Eleanor, with her raven-black hair and eyes that sparkled with insatiable curiosity, was unlike anyone the townsfolk had ever met. A historian by profession, she had traveled extensively, unearthing forgotten tales and legends from the annals of time. But the legend of the Midnight Wanderer had a personal resonance for her. It was a story her grandmother had whispered to her as a child, determined to separate fact from fiction. Eleanor sought to delve deep into the heart of the mystery. With each passing day, she meticulously pieced together fragments of the past, driven by an unwavering resolve to uncover the truth behind the events of that chilling night in 1789. One chilly evening, as Eleanor settled into her rented cottage, a draft from the attic caught her attention. Curiosity piqued, she climbed the creaky wooden stairs, discovering a realm of forgotten memories. Amidst the dust-covered trinkets and old family portraits, a leather-bound diary beckoned her, its pages yellowed with age, bore the delicate handwriting of a woman named Clara, a resident of Dunbridge from the fateful year of 1789. As Eleanor leafed through the diary, she was transported to a world of passion and pain. Clara's words painted a vivid picture of a forbidden romance, one that defied the conventions of their time. She wrote of stolen glances, secret rendezvous, and the intoxicating thrill of a love that dared not speak its name. But as the entries progressed, the tone shifted. Whispers of deceit, treacherous betrayals, and a heart shattered by cruel revelations filled the pages. The diary became a window into the events leading up to the massacre, hinting at a connection between Clara's tragic love story and the vengeful spirit of the Midnight Wanderer. As the days turned into nights, Eleanor found herself engrossed in Clara's intimate confessions. Each entry revealed more layers to a tale of love and tragedy. It became evident that Clara's heart had belonged to a soldier, a young man of valor and honor who had once walked the very streets of Dunbridge. But as Eleanor connected the dots, a chilling realization dawned upon her. This soldier, the object of Clara's affection, was none other than the ill-fated soul who later became known as the Midnight Wanderer. The diary entries grew darker, recounting tales of jealousy, deceit, and a community that turned its back on one of its own. A soldier, betrayed not just in love, but by those he considered comrades and friends, had been wronged in the most heinous ways. The massacre, it seemed, was not a blind act of rage. It was a calculated retribution, a vengeful storm unleashed upon those who had shattered his life and stolen his love. On the eve of the new century, Eleanor found herself face to face with the Midnight Wanderer. The spirit, still trapped in a cycle of revenge, mistakes Eleanor for Clara. In a heart-stopping confrontation, Eleanor must convince the spirit to find peace and break the cycle. In the dim light of dawn, the spirit stood still, the weight of centuries pressing down upon him. Eleanor's words, filled with compassion and understanding, pierced through the veil of his anguish. Memories of love, betrayal, and the pain of loss flooded back, and for the first time, the Midnight Wanderer truly saw the consequences of his actions. Tears, formed from the very essence of his being, streamed down, each drop a testament to his remorse. He whispered, his voice a mere echo, "Forgive me." It was a plea, not just to Eleanor, but to the entire town of Dunbridge and to the love he had wronged so many years ago. As the spirit sought forgiveness, a palpable change swept through Dunbridge. The oppressive air that had once shrouded the town began to lift. Birds sang, and the first rays of the sun bathed the streets in a warm golden hue. The town, which had been haunted by the shadows of its past, felt a burden lifted. The legend of the Midnight Wanderer would remain, but not as a tale of horror. Instead, it would be a story of redemption, love, and the hope for a peaceful future. As the first day of the new century unfolded, Eleanor stood at the edge of the serene lake, its waters reflecting the promise of a fresh start. The journey through Dunbridge's haunting past had left an indelible mark on her soul. She pondered the profound power of love, how it could heal but also wound deeply. The tale of the Midnight Massacre was not just a story of horror, but a poignant lesson on the fragile balance between love and hate. Eleanor realized that the shadows of the past could only be dispelled by confronting them, understanding them, and seeking redemption. The town's legend served as a timeless reminder. To find true peace, one must reconcile with their past, no matter how painful